In this video, I'm going to show you how I shot these interior car sequences for my short film that I made back in June last year. I'm going to be talking about how I lit these scenes and additional things that I did in post-production, such as VFX, to help tie everything together. All of these scenes were shot at night, so without further ado, let's get into the video. So our first scene depicts the main character sat waiting in a car down a dark street. Now, the interior for this scene and the exterior were shot completely separately, both about 14 miles apart. The exterior plate is a street called King Street in Kings Lynn, Norfolk. But it's a sort of Frankenstein amalgamation of both the practical location and CGI assets, such as the traffic lights, the Bellisher beacons, etc. The car is a 1/18th scale miniature for some of the shots, and a CGI model for some of the other shots. Now, because these were shot separately, I wanted to include some interactive lighting to help marry the two locations together. To the right of the car, I have a red light, and in front of the car, I have a Bellisher beacon flashing on and off. And by the way, I hope I'm not the only one who had absolutely no idea what these things were called until I had to look it up for this scene. For the interior shoot, I used an LED panel with a red gel to match the light on the exterior shots. For the Bellisher beacon flashing on and off, I used a single dado light rigged on a C-stand and then boomed that over the bonnet, or hood for our American friends. I then just switched this on and off by hand. Whilst I wouldn't recommend switching that kind of light on and off, for this particular case, for the handful of shots that I needed to do this for, everything was fine. Thirdly, I used another dado light behind the subject just to give a little bit of separation between our talent and the background. This could maybe be a street lamp that's off camera in the background. It's important to note that I didn't want the subject's face to be revealed at this point, so it's a balancing act between what we show and what we don't show. I experimented with having a small LED panel where the car stereo would be, just to give some motivated light, but it was revealing too much of the face for me. This is something that you can try yourself though. The lighting remained similar for the other shots, however a few key adjustments were made. This was the positions and the intensity of each light. For the side profile, the red LED had to be moved. For the wing mirror shot, the dado light on the C-stand had to be moved over. However, with the amount of compositing that I was doing, I needn't have bothered. In the edit, I did my green screen composite, as well as adding reflections and water, shot separately on a black background. You can either do this yourself or by purchasing an asset pack like from Action VFX. I'm not going to go into graphic detail about how I composited this because that could be a whole nother video series in itself, but the basic steps that I followed were matching the angle of the glass in 3D space, using the rain on glass footage as a bump map to add distortions to the glass. I then colour matched the assets with the warmer tones in the scene before regraining and adding the final grade. So let's have a look at each angle and see what its effects were within the final piece. Now, if you're wondering, the short film hasn't actually been released yet, but I do hope to do that in the near future. So there we have it. Let me know if you guys have any other suggestions for this kind of shoot, and leave them in the comments section below. Hello everybody, how's it going? If you like this video, then don't forget to give it a like. It really does help to beat the YouTube algorithm. If you're new to the channel, then make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated with all of the content being released on this channel. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.